I've got a pot of Cheiridopsis and a pot of Stomatium. Both these seeds were from eBay, so you get like a 50-50 shot they're actually what they say they are. The Cheiridopsis, I'm pretty sure they are. The Stomatium, I'm not completely sold on them being the proper things, but both of these I've been struggling with. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to repot them into the perlite mix I've been using now. 2 parts perlite, 1 part soil, and 1 part the coarse grit horticultural sand. And I think at the same time I'm going to do some Otzenianas. Some plants that I had bought in previously, and some of the babies that you've seen before that are pretty good size now. And I've actually been potting up some of the more expensive and harder to get Horthias too in the same mix. Like this guy here is basically almost an albino, which is a gorgeous plant. But I'm going to go through, I'll take these guys out and I'll show you the root system. I'm kind of curious to see how the roots are on them. And for the Otzenianas, I think I'm going to repot these two and put them in the perlite mix. And the Otzenianas from Brakfontein, they're a really good size now. And I don't want to lose the babies, so I think I'm going to try the perlite mix. I like the amount of the water can go right down through and it'll dry out really quick compared to the stone and sand mix I've been using. But later on I'm going to do some other ones too. But you can see a lot of the babies are getting a good size now since when I first showed you guys. Alright, I'm going to pull those guys out of the pot. Well, I pulled them out, and to my surprise, I thought I had 3 plants in with the Stomatiums, and actually the one was a double header. So I've only got 3 plants, or 2 plants, sorry. So I think I'm going to put both of them in the same pot. I'm pretty sure. Now for these guys, the Cheiridopsis, there was a couple dead ones in there that I'm 100% sure that they're gone. What's here now, I'm going to plant up individually. But this little guy right here, I still see some life inside. Let's see if I can get a closer look and show you. See a little bit of green in there. So and you can see over here. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go through these guys, take off all the old leaves, and I'll probably replant them individually. When I got these guys all potted up, I did them all individually except for these guys. Just the 2 plants, I just put them in a bigger pot and separated them. That way they're spaced out enough I can still water them separately. Let's see how, hopefully they'll do a lot better. And these guys here, that was, no, that wasn't it. That guy there is what I found in the center of the one that I thought was a dead plant. So see if he comes back. And one other thing I found interesting, I believe it's this guy here. So when I was repotting this guy, I found if I actually hold it up to the light, I could actually see the new set of leaves that are growing inside. If I put them down, I could just see the new set of leaves coming up through. I'm still gonna water this guy. I haven't watered these pretty much all summer. Once I had a couple plants die back, then I just I left them. So we'll see what happens. Now I'm going to move on to the Otzenianas, and I'll show you how the root system on the babies. I'm curious if it's got the big tap root or not. So here's the Otzenianas from Brakfontein, and I wasn't sure if they'd have the tap root, but they do. These guys were planted the 1st of February of this year, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to try to fit them all into one pot, which is going to be an absolute pain with the perlite. That's why I just kind of choose to plant everything separately, because it's so much of a pain to try to get everything down in. And one of them, I don't know if it's still going to survive or not. You can see the plants down inside. I'll put it in with these guys just in case it does come back. Let's see if I can find a nice pattern. It's kind of hard to see the pattern on these guys. They got a lot of the calcium buildup from the watering. You can see it. They're still on the first set of true leaves. They haven't changed yet again. So what I'm going to do, I'll keep up the watering for a little bit longer, but we're just into October now, so I'll be cutting the water off soon on some of the ones that are just about to turn a year old. Well, I managed to get the old set of leaves off this little guy. I'm pretty sure he'll make it now, but if you look at the one next to it, the same thing happened, and my guess is the original leaves get so hard, and especially the way I'm watering them. I just recently started going back to the spray bottle on them, but the way I was watering them, the old leaves get so hard because they're not getting moisture on them that my guess is that the original or the new plant can actually get through them. I'm pretty sure this guy will survive now. I got them all potted up. I put them in one of the 3.5-inch square pots. That way they got lots of room, and it was actually it's easier to plant them than putting in one of the 2.5-inch ones. But you can see the little guy down here. We'll see how it does, see if it comes back or not. So I'm going to give it a couple days before I water them pretty good. Same with the other guys here. Now, if you have any idea if they are what they're supposed to be, let me know. And if you have any tips on how to take care of them, it'd be make it a lot easier on me. Same with these guys here. I know the eBay listing, since I started doing some research on both of those, that the picture that the seller was posting is a totally different species of Stomatium. So whether or not this even is hard to say. But the picture did not wasn't the same plant that I thought I was buying the seeds for. But either way, I'm happy that they're growing. So now I'm gonna go repot those other Otzenianas and maybe a few other little guys. But I do recommend the perlite mix because it dries out quick. I mixed up a pretty big batch yesterday, and I was doing some planting, and what I had left over in a good sized pot was about half as dry as it was yesterday, and after another day or so it would be completely dry, which is a good thing compared to the sand and stone mix I usually do. That would take a lot longer to completely dry out. I got these guys repotted up now too, and they do need water. I've been holding off because I had planned on repotting them, but as you can see the wrinkling? Now if it was winter time and you've seen the wrinkling, you still don't want to water them. It's more than likely they're developing new leaves and are about to change. But right now it's still early fall. I'm still going to water these guys for a little bit longer. But I am happy with the perlite mix. And one of the other experiments was this one here with just straight perlite with fertilizer in the water, just a tiny bit, and as you can see they're doing great. So I might do a couple more up like that too.